Clarity of vision is not just a motivational phrase. It is the foundational principle that separates those who achieve extraordinary success from those who drift through life without direction. It is the ability to see, in vivid detail, the future you want to create and the unwavering commitment to making it a reality. Without clarity, you are like a ship lost at sea, subject to the whims of external forces, easily thrown off course by distractions, doubts, and the opinions of others. When you study the most successful individuals, whether in business, finance, or any other field, you will find one common trait. They knew exactly what they wanted long before they achieved it. They did not stumble into success. They did not wake up one day and randomly become wealthy, influential, or powerful. Instead, they developed a precise vision of what they wanted their life to look like, often down to the smallest details. They understood that clarity breeds direction, and direction eliminates wasted effort. The problem most people face is not a lack of ambition, it is a lack of specificity. Saying, "I want to be rich," is meaningless. What does that even mean? How much money? By what age? Through what means? What kind of life do you want that money to provide? Without answers to these questions, your goals remain abstract, and abstract goals are rarely achieved. Success requires a level of precision that most people are unwilling to engage with. To develop a clear vision, you must first dedicate time to deep introspection. This is not a 5-minute exercise where you scribble vague aspirations in a notebook. It is a process of ruthless self-examination where you identify what truly matters to you, separate real desires from socially conditioned ones, and commit to a path that aligns with your highest potential. What do you want your life to look like in 5 years? 10 years? Where do you live? Who do you associate with? What does your daily schedule involve? How do you spend your time? These questions must be answered with as much clarity as possible. Writing down your vision is a crucial step. The mind is chaotic. Thoughts are fleeting. What seems clear in your head one day may be forgotten the next. By putting your vision into words, you give it structure. You take an abstract idea and make it tangible. But writing it down once is not enough. You must revisit and refine it constantly. Read it every day. Internalize it. Let it shape your decisions. Clarity of vision also requires emotional connection. A vision that does not stir something deep inside you will not survive the trials and setbacks that inevitably come with the pursuit of success. It must be something that excites you, that fuels you, that makes the struggle worthwhile. Billionaires and high achievers do not operate on shallow desires. They are driven by an obsession so strong that quitting is never an option. If your vision does not ignite that level of passion, it is either not clear enough or not truly yours. Another critical element of clarity is the ability to filter out noise. The world is filled with distractions, competing narratives, and people who will tell you what you should and shouldn't do. If you lack a clear vision, you will be easily swayed by the opinions of others. You will chase trends instead of building something meaningful. You will find yourself jumping from one goal to another, never making real progress. A well-defined vision acts as a filter. It helps you distinguish between what is essential and what is irrelevant. Clarity also breeds resilience. The road to success is filled with obstacles, failures, and moments of doubt. When you lack clarity, these challenges will feel overwhelming. You will question yourself, second-guess your path, and be tempted to give up. But when your vision is strong and clear, setbacks become mere detours, not dead ends. You will not be easily discouraged because you know exactly where you are going, and temporary failures will not shake your belief in the destination. One of the most powerful ways to reinforce clarity is visualization. The brain responds to imagery more than abstract thought. If you can close your eyes and see in great detail the life you are working towards, your subconscious mind will begin to align your actions with that vision. Many of the most successful people in the world, athletes, entrepreneurs, performers, use visualization as a tool to reinforce their goals. They do not just think about success, they see it, they feel it, and they act accordingly. Clarity of vision is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Without it, you will wander aimlessly, reacting to life rather than shaping it. With it, you gain control over your destiny. Every decision, every action, every moment of your day becomes aligned with a greater purpose. The difference between those who achieve massive success and those who remain stuck in mediocrity is often not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is simply the ability to see the future before it happens and move toward it with unwavering certainty. Extreme personal responsibility is the foundation of success. It is the acknowledgement that your life, your circumstances, your financial situation, your relationships, your health is a direct result of your actions, decisions, and mindset. It is the refusal to blame external forces, luck, or other people for where you are. It is the ultimate realization that while you cannot control everything that happens to you, you can always control how you respond. And that response determines your future. Most people go through life believing that their struggles are someone else's fault. They blame the economy for their financial troubles, their employer for their lack of progress, their childhood for their bad habits, and society for their disadvantages. This mindset is a prison. The moment you attribute your failures to external factors, you surrender your ability to change your life. If it is always someone else's fault, then you have no power. You are a victim of circumstance, waiting for the world to fix itself so you can finally succeed. But that day never comes, and those who refuse to take responsibility remain stuck, making the same mistakes year after year. Successful people operate differently. They do not waste time complaining about what is unfair. They do not dwell on what they cannot change. Instead, they take full ownership of their results, good or bad. If they fail, they do not make excuses. They analyze what went wrong, learn from it, and adjust. If they are not where they want to be, they do not blame others. They focus on what they need to do to improve. This mindset shift is what separates those who create extraordinary wealth and success from those who remain trapped in mediocrity. Taking extreme personal responsibility means accepting that every decision you make has consequences. The habits you build, the way you spend your time, the people you associate with. All of these things are choices, and those choices determine your outcomes. If you are not financially successful, it is not because the system is against you. It is because you have not yet made the right moves. If you are unhealthy, it is not genetics or bad luck. It is your daily actions, your diet, your discipline, or lack thereof. If you are surrounded by negativity, it is because you have allowed those influences into your life. Nothing changes until you change. This level of accountability is uncomfortable for most people because it removes all excuses. It forces you to confront the reality that if you are not achieving what you want, it is because of your own choices, not external circumstances. But this is also incredibly liberating. When you realize that your future is entirely in your hands, you gain unlimited power to shape your destiny. No longer are you waiting for an opportunity. You create opportunities. No longer are you blaming bad luck. You make your own luck through preparation and effort. No longer are you hoping things will get better. You take the actions necessary to make them better. Extreme personal responsibility also applies to failures. Everyone fails at some point. The difference is in how people respond. Those who lack responsibility make excuses, look for someone to blame, or avoid the situation altogether. They see failure as proof that they were never meant to succeed. But those who take full responsibility approach failure differently. They see it as feedback, as a lesson, as an opportunity to refine their approach. They ask, what could I have done differently? What can I learn from this? How can I improve next time? This mindset ensures that failure is never final. It becomes a stepping stone to success. Another crucial aspect of personal responsibility is discipline. Success is not about motivation. It is about consistency. There will be days when you do not feel like working hard, when you are tired, when distractions are tempting. Those who take extreme responsibility do not wait for motivation to strike. They do what needs to be done, regardless of how they feel. They understand that discipline is the bridge between goals and results. They do not make excuses about why they skipped a workout, why they wasted hours on meaningless activities, or why they did not take action on their goals. They hold themselves accountable every single day. Personal responsibility also extends to mindset. The way you think shapes the way you act, and the way you act determines your results. If you constantly tell yourself that things are out of your control, that you are unlucky, that success is only for the privileged, then you will subconsciously sabotage yourself. But if you take responsibility for your mindset, if you choose to focus on solutions instead of problems, on growth instead of limitations, then your actions will follow. You will seek opportunities instead of excuses, and those opportunities will lead to success. Ultimately, extreme personal responsibility is the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. It is the recognition that no one is coming to save you, that your success or failure is entirely up to you. It is a mindset of power, of control, of ownership over your life. And once you embrace it fully, you become unstoppable. Mastery of time is one of the most crucial skills that separates high achievers from everyone else. Time is the one resource that is equally distributed to all people. Everyone has 24 hours in a day. The difference between those who build extraordinary wealth and success and those who struggle is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is how they use their time. The wealthy and successful do not have more time than others. They simply extract more value from the time they have. Most people operate under the illusion that they have unlimited time. They waste hours on meaningless distractions, procrastinate on important tasks, and allow other people to dictate their schedules. They treat time as if it is renewable, assuming they can always make up for lost time later. But time is not something you can ever get back. Once it is gone forever. Those who master time understand this deeply, and they treat their time as their most valuable asset. They are intentional with how they use every hour, every minute, every second, because they know that wasted time is wasted opportunity. Mastering time begins with awareness. Most people do not even realize how much time they waste. They go through their days reacting to circumstances instead of proactively structuring their schedules. They get caught up in low-value activities, social media scrolling, watching television, engaging in meaningless conversations, without realizing how much these small distractions compound over time. A billionaire does not have time to waste on trivialities. They allocate their time with precision, focusing on tasks that drive the greatest impact. The first step to mastering time is to take full control of your schedule. This means structuring your day with intent rather than letting random events dictate how your time is spent. High achievers plan their days in advance. They know what they will be working on at any given moment. They wake up with a purpose, with a clear understanding of what must be accomplished. They prioritize their tasks based on importance, not urgency. Most people get caught in a cycle of reacting to urgent but unimportant tasks, constantly putting out fires instead of working on what truly matters. Successful people, on the other hand, operate with a clear hierarchy of priorities. They focus on high-leverage activities, the actions that generate the most significant results over time. One of the biggest mistakes people make is confusing being busy with being productive. Just because you are working does not mean you are progressing. Many people spend their entire day engaged in tasks that do not move them closer to their goals. They check emails obsessively, sit through unnecessary meetings, and engage in work that could easily be automated or delegated. Billionaires do not waste time on tasks that do not align with their ultimate vision. They identify what is truly valuable and eliminate everything else. If a task does not contribute to the overall goal, it is either removed, delegated, or automated. Another essential principle of time mastery is deep work. The ability to focus intensely on a single task for an extended period is one of the most powerful skills anyone can develop. In a world filled with distractions, most people are unable to concentrate on any single activity for more than a few minutes before their attention shifts. They check their phones, browse the internet, or allow interruptions to break their focus. But true productivity comes from sustained, uninterrupted work on high-value tasks. High achievers protect their time for deep work. They create environments free from distractions. They batch similar tasks together, and they train themselves to focus for long periods without interruption. Time mastery also requires an understanding of energy management. It is not just about how many hours you work, but how effectively you use those hours. Billionaires do not grind 20 hours a day doing low-level tasks. Instead, they optimize their time by ensuring they are operating at peak mental and physical performance. They understand their own energy cycles, when they are most creative, when they are most focused, and when they need rest. They schedule their most important tasks during their peak hours and reserve less demanding work for times when their energy is lower. They prioritize sleep, exercise, and mental clarity because they know that an exhausted mind is an inefficient mind. And another critical aspect of time mastery is learning to say no. Most people struggle with this because they feel obligated to say yes to every request that comes their way. They take on commitments that do not serve their goals, attend meetings that do not add value, and engage in conversations that drain their energy. But those who have mastered time guard it ruthlessly. They understand that every yes to something meaningless is a no to something valuable. They are selective with their commitments and prioritize only what truly matters. Perhaps the most important realization in time mastery is the power of consistency. Success is not built overnight. It is the result of small, daily actions compounded over years. Billionaires understand that progress is made not by occasional bursts of effort, but by sustained, disciplined action over time. They do not waste days waiting for motivation. They execute relentlessly, even when they do not feel like it. They understand that every productive hour today is an investment in future success. In the end, mastering time is mastering life. Those who control their time control their destiny. Every moment wasted is a moment you will never get back. The difference between an extraordinary life and an average one is how each moment is spent. If you truly want success, wealth, and freedom, you must master time. Because time is the currency of life, and those who spend it wisely are the ones who achieve greatness. Continuous learning and adaptation are the cornerstones of long-term success. The world is in a constant state of change. Industries evolve, technologies advance, and new opportunities emerge while old ones disappear. Those who refuse to learn and adapt become obsolete, left behind by those who embrace growth. The ability to acquire new knowledge, refine existing skills, and pivot when necessary is what separates the truly successful from those who remain stagnant. If you want to achieve extraordinary success, you must develop a relentless commitment to learning and a willingness to adjust your strategies as the world shifts around you. Most people stop actively learning the moment they leave formal education. They assume that once they graduate, they have learned all they need to know. This is a fatal mistake. The most successful individuals never stop learning. They read books, study emerging trends, seek mentorship, and challenge their own ideas constantly. They understand that knowledge is not static. It must be updated, expanded, and applied. Billionaires do not reach the top by relying on outdated information. They stay ahead by continuously acquiring knowledge that allows them to make better decisions, identify opportunities, and refine their skills. One of the most powerful habits of high achievers is reading. Nearly every successful entrepreneur, investor, and leader dedicates time every day to reading. They do not read just for entertainment. They read with purpose. They study business strategy, psychology, history, finance, and human behavior. They extract lessons from the successes and failures of others. Reading allows them to compress decades of knowledge into hours. It enables them to see patterns, anticipate trends, and avoid mistakes that others have already made. It is no coincidence that some of the wealthiest individuals in the world, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, are also voracious readers. But learning does not come from books alone. The most valuable lessons often come from experience. Those who achieve greatness understand that failure is not something to be feared. It is one of the most powerful teachers. When something goes wrong, unsuccessful people look for excuses, while successful people look for lessons. They analyze their mistakes, ask what they could have done differently, and adjust their approach. They treat every setback as feedback. This mindset allows them to improve at a rate that others cannot match. Every failure is a stepping stone toward mastery. Beyond books and experience, successful people also surround themselves with those who challenge them. They do not seek comfort in echo chambers where everyone agrees with them. Instead, they engage with individuals who force them to think differently, who introduce new ideas, and who push them to grow. They seek out mentors who have already walked the path they are on and can provide insights that would take years to learn on their own. They engage in deep conversations with people who have different perspectives, understanding that true wisdom comes from exposure to a wide range of ideas. Adaptation is just as important as learning. Knowledge without action is meaningless. The world does not reward those who simply know things. It rewards those who apply their knowledge effectively. The business landscape changes. Consumer preferences shift. Technology disrupts entire industries. Those who cling to old ways of doing things, refusing to adapt, eventually fail. History is filled with companies and individuals who were once dominant but collapsed because they could not adjust to changing realities. Blockbuster failed to adapt to the rise of streaming. Kodak, once a leader in photography, ignored the shift to digital. The lesson is clear. No matter how successful you are today, if you do not continue to learn and adapt, you will eventually lose. Adaptation requires humility. It means acknowledging that what worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. It requires constantly testing new ideas, being open to feedback, and recognizing when a strategy needs to be changed. It means being willing to pivot even when it is uncomfortable. The most successful people and businesses are not those who rigidly stick to a single plan. They are those who evolve in response to new information. They anticipate change rather than react to it. One of the greatest threats to success is complacency. The moment you believe you have made it and no longer need to learn or adapt, you begin to decline. The best entrepreneurs, athletes, and leaders never become complacent. They operate with a mindset that there is always something new to learn, always another level of mastery to reach. They remain students of their craft, no matter how much success they achieve. This is why the best investors constantly study markets, why elite athletes continually refine their training techniques, and why top entrepreneurs never stop innovating. Technology has made learning easier than ever. Information is more accessible now than at any other time in history. Books, online courses, podcasts, interviews, and mentorship programs are available at the click of a button. Yet most people do not take advantage of these resources. Instead, they waste time on entertainment, distractions, and trivial pursuits. Those who master the art of continuous learning and adaptation, however, use these tools to their advantage. They consume high-value content that expands their thinking, enhances their skills, and provides them with a competitive edge. Ultimately, success is not about intelligence or talent, it is about growth. The most successful people are not necessarily the smartest or the most gifted. They are simply those who never stop improving. They learn faster, adapt quicker, and embrace change instead of resisting it. They understand that the only constant in life is change, and those who refuse to evolve are doomed to be left behind. If you want to achieve extraordinary results in any area of life, you must commit to continuous learning and fearless adaptation. The world belongs to those who are willing to grow. Unshakable discipline and sacrifice are the foundation of extraordinary success. No great achievement has ever been accomplished without them. While many people dream of wealth, power, and influence, few are willing to do what is necessary to reach that level. Most are unwilling to endure the discomfort, hardship, and relentless effort required to transform their lives. But those who truly succeed understand that discipline is not a choice. It is a way of life. They recognize that sacrifice is not a burden. It is the price of greatness. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you do not feel like doing it. It is about consistency. Showing up every day, regardless of circumstances, regardless of mood. The average person operates based on motivation, waiting for inspiration to strike before taking action. But motivation is fleeting, it comes and goes. Those who rely on it will always fall short. The most successful individuals do not wait until they feel like working. They work regardless of how they feel. They train their minds to override excuses, to push through resistance, to prioritize action over comfort. Sacrifice goes hand in hand with discipline. Every great achievement requires giving up something in return. You cannot have success without sacrificing comfort. You cannot build a billion-dollar business while living like the average person. The reality is that most people are unwilling to make the sacrifices necessary for greatness. They want success, but they also want to waste time on meaningless entertainment. They want wealth, but they also want to spend money frivolously. They want mastery, but they also want to avoid the long hours of deliberate practice. Success does not work that way. If you are unwilling to sacrifice, you are unworthy of the rewards that discipline brings. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who do not is their relationship with discomfort. The average person avoids discomfort at all costs. They choose the easy path, the path of least resistance. They procrastinate on difficult tasks, indulge in short-term pleasures, and justify their lack of progress with excuses. But those who succeed operate differently. They embrace discomfort because they understand that growth comes from struggle. They willingly endure pain, knowing that every moment of hardship is forging them into something greater. They condition themselves to thrive under pressure, to push forward when others would quit. Discipline is what allows you to master your time, your energy, and your habits. It is about making deliberate choices that align with your goals. This means waking up early when your body wants to sleep in. It means putting in extra hours of work when you would rather relax. It means saying no to distractions, eliminating useless activities, and focusing relentlessly on what truly matters. The most successful individuals do not live by impulse, they live by intention. Every action they take is calculated, purposeful, and aligned with their long-term vision. Consequences. Sacrifice also means cutting out negative influences. The people you surround yourself with have a direct impact on your mindset and discipline. If you are surrounded by individuals who are lazy, unmotivated, and comfortable with mediocrity, their habits will rub off on you. If you allow negativity into your life, whether through toxic relationships, meaningless entertainment, or unproductive habits, you are sabotaging your own success. High achievers protect their environment. They surround themselves with those who push them to be better. They eliminate distractions ruthlessly. They prioritize growth over comfort. Every single time. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is the ability to delay gratification. Most people want instant results. They seek shortcuts, hoping to achieve success without putting in the necessary effort. But true success is built over time. It requires years of sacrifice, of consistent effort, of disciplined execution, the ability to delay gratification, to work relentlessly today for rewards that may not come for years, is one of the defining traits of those who reach the highest levels of success. They understand that wealth mastery, and power are not handed out overnight. They are earned through an unwavering commitment to long-term effort. Discipline also applies to mindset. Your thoughts determine your actions, and your actions determine your results. If you allow self-doubt, laziness, or fear to control your thinking, you will never reach your full potential. High achievers discipline their minds just as much as they discipline their actions. They train themselves to think in ways that fuel their success. They eliminate limiting beliefs, replace negative thoughts with empowering ones, and condition themselves to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. The path to greatness is not easy. It is filled with struggle, sacrifice, and moments of doubt. But those who persist, who commit to unshakable discipline and make the necessary sacrifices, are the ones who achieve extraordinary things. They do not seek the easy road. They embrace the hard one, knowing that every ounce of effort will pay off in the end. They understand that discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality, and that sacrifice is the price of entry for true success. At the core of it all is a simple truth. You cannot have everything. You must choose. You can have comfort or you can have success. You can have ease or you can have mastery. You can live like the majority or you can rise above and achieve greatness. The choice is yours, but understand this. Those who win at the highest level have already made their choice. They have chosen discipline over laziness, sacrifice over indulgence, and excellence over mediocrity. They have chosen to do what others will not, and because of that, they achieve what others cannot. Persistence over time is the single greatest determinant of success. It is the force that separates those who achieve extraordinary results from those who give up too soon. While intelligence, talent, and resources all play a role in success, they are secondary to persistence. The most successful individuals in history were not necessarily the smartest or the most gifted. They were simply the ones who refused to quit. They kept moving forward when others stopped. They endured failures, setbacks, and obstacles that would have broken most people. They understood that success is not an event, but a process, one that requires unwavering commitment over an extended period. Most people underestimate the power of persistence because they expect success to come quickly. They start with enthusiasm, full of energy and excitement, but when results do not come as fast as they hoped, they lose motivation. They allow frustration to set in, they look for shortcuts, and when they do not find them, they quit. This is why so few people achieve greatness, because persistence requires patience, and patience is rare in a world that craves instant gratification. The harsh reality is that meaningful success takes years, often decades, of consistent effort. It is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Those who endure the longest are the ones who reach the highest levels of achievement. One of the greatest myths about success is that it happens in a straight line, that if you work hard, you will steadily progress upward. In reality, success is unpredictable. There are long periods where it feels like nothing is happening, where your efforts seem to produce no results. Most people give up during these periods, assuming that their hard work is pointless. But those who persist understand that progress is often invisible in the early stages. They know that the work they put in today may not show results for months or years, but they trust the process. They stay disciplined, continue executing, and push forward, even when there is no immediate evidence that their efforts are paying off. History is filled with examples of individuals who achieved greatness through sheer persistence. Thomas Edison conducted thousands of failed experiments before inventing the light bulb. Walt Disney was rejected hundreds of times before securing funding for his first major project. Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, was turned down over 1,000 times before someone invested in his franchise idea. The lesson is clear. Those who succeed are not the ones who never fail, but the ones who refuse to give up despite repeated failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary part of it. Most people fear failure, believing it to be a sign that they are not capable. But failure is nothing more than feedback. It is a lesson, an opportunity to adjust and improve. Those who persist see failure not as a dead end, but as a stepping stone. They analyze their mistakes, refine their approach, and keep going. This ability to absorb failure and keep moving forward is what allows them to eventually break through where others have quit. Persistence also requires resilience. Life will test you. There will be moments of exhaustion, discouragement, and overwhelming doubt. People will criticize you, reject you, and tell you that you are wasting your time. There will be days when nothing goes right, when everything seems to be falling apart. These are the moments that determine who succeeds and who does not. Most people give in to the pressure. They convince themselves that it is not worth it. But those who persist push through. They train themselves to withstand hardship, to keep going when their emotions tell them to stop. Another key element of persistence is the ability to stay focused on the long-term vision. Most people quit because they become too focused on short-term obstacles. They allow temporary difficulties to shake their belief in their goal. But those who persist maintain clarity about what they are working toward. They remind themselves why they started. They keep their eyes on the bigger picture, understanding that the difficulties they face today are just small hurdles on the path to something greater. Discipline and persistence go hand in hand. Discipline ensures that you take action every day, no matter what. It eliminates the excuse of, "I don't feel like it." It prevents you from abandoning your goals just because you are not seeing immediate results. High achievers operate with discipline because they know that persistence is not about bursts of effort. It is about consistent, relentless execution over time. They do not rely on motivation, because motivation fades. They rely on habits, systems, and an unbreakable commitment to keep moving forward. The truth about persistence is that most people are capable of it, but few practice it. It does not require special skills, intelligence, or connections. It simply requires the decision to keep going when others would stop. It requires the mindset that no matter how hard things get, quitting is not an option. If you look at anyone who has achieved massive success, you will see the same story. Years of hard work, countless failures, and an unwavering refusal to give up. In the end, persistence over time is what guarantees success. Talent without persistence is wasted potential. Intelligence without persistence is useless. Resources without persistence lead to nothing. But persistence alone, even without natural talent, intelligence, or resources, can lead to greatness. It is the ultimate equalizer. If you are willing to persist longer than others, if you are willing to endure discomfort, failure, and rejection, if you are willing to outlast everyone else, then success is inevitable. It is not a question of if, it is only a matter of when.